Okay, not great news about this guy. He stands at D. Plus. This guy flashes some red flags that you really need to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He isn't just talking big, he really works hard and puts in serious effort at his job. He doesn't waste time and stays organized, managing his responsibilities with care. However, his temper might cause trouble with bosses or co workers if things don't go his way.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is likely to get upset quickly. He might raise his voice, make sharp remarks, or show his anger more than most people. He does not bounce back smoothly, but takes time to settle his feelings.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work may respect how hard he works and how well he organizes things, but many will find him difficult to get along with. He doesn't make much effort to be friendly or polite, and he can be harsh with his words, especially when he's upset or things don't go as planned. Arguments and misunderstandings happen often because he's quick to get angry and slow to show understanding.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your own career, he may not show much pride and could feel uneasy or upset instead. He likes being the one who works the hardest and keeps everything in order, so your big achievements might make him feel less important or left out. Instead of cheering you on, he could become silent, make sharp comments, or act distant.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he is likely to feel insecure and may resent it deep down. He wants to be seen as the steady provider and hard worker. So your higher income could make him uncomfortable or hurt his pride. Don't expect open talks about these feelings, as he prefers to keep worries hidden and may act distant instead.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money very carefully and likes to know exactly where every rupee goes. He's organized with his spending and won't waste money on things he doesn't need. However, he might say no often to outings or gifts, which can feel strict.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives a life he can afford and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. He's practical with his choices and won't spend to impress others or show off. If you're looking for someone honest and steady with money, he's a safe bet.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is quite tight with both money and his mindset. Don't expect generous gifts or warm surprises. He likes to keep things simple and practical. If someone asks for help or a loan, he is usually cautious and slow to agree.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is open and honest about money, preferring everything out in the open and well organized. You will know where the money goes and what's being saved or spent because he likes things clear and simple. Sometimes this can feel controlling, but it comes from his wish to keep things safe and steady.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes housework should be shared, not left only to you. He likes order and routine, so he's willing to help out and make sure things are done right at home. If something isn't done properly, he may comment or step in to fix it.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He will help with chores and diapers himself, not just stand back and watch or give instructions. He likes things done in a certain way, so you might see him step in to do tasks directly, making sure everything is neat and organized. You can count on him for real help, but be prepared for a no nonsense approach to daily duties.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He mostly argues to prove he's right rather than trying to understand your side. When there's a disagreement, his first reaction is to defend himself and show that his way makes sense. This can make discussions feel tough or one sided.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can say hurtful things and act aggressive rather than staying respectful. His temper flares up quickly, and he may raise his voice or use sharp words that can sting. If you're sensitive to harsh talk, you might feel hurt or stressed during these times.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get angry very quickly and shows his frustration openly, sometimes with harsh words or loud arguments. This is something you definitely shouldn't ignore, as frequent anger can make home life stressful and sometimes scary. Think carefully about whether you want to live with this kind of tension.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he is more likely to blame you or someone else, even for small mistakes. Over time, this can make you feel unheard and alone. So, think carefully about whether this is something you're willing to accept.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may not always respect your boundaries and sometimes finds it hard to accept that no means no. Because he is used to doing things his own way and often insists on being right, he might push back or ignore your wishes, especially in arguments or when he wants something. This can lead to moments where you feel unheard or pressured.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding that everyone has their own feelings and needs, he may see it as a rejection or believe something is wrong between you. This can lead him to act moody, make sharp remarks, or become distant, making you feel guilty for simply saying no.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You may need to be cautious as he might not always handle private moments with care. If you have a disagreement or he gets upset, there's a chance he could mention intimate things or use them in a way that makes you uncomfortable or embarrassed. This behavior can be hurtful and chip away at your trust.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He prefers stability and routine in both work and life, so he isn't the type to chase after others or seek attention outside the relationship. While he may not show a lot of romance, you can trust him to be reliable and committed to you.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He isn't usually over possessive, jealous, or suspicious. His way is more about keeping everything in order rather than closely watching you or acting controlling about your friends and choices. If you're open and honest, he feels secure and won't make a fuss over little things.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, what looks like being protective is often a sign of a controlling personality. He likes things done a certain way and keeps strict routines, so his care for you can sometimes feel like he's making rules or insisting too much. If you value independence, be mindful that his style can feel heavy and limit your space over time.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will see parenting as a team effort and will want to share the responsibilities at home. He believes in keeping everything organized and done properly, so he won't leave all the work to you. If something isn't done right, he might step in to fix it or give advice, sometimes strictly.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. He gets frustrated quickly and may raise his voice or say harsh words, especially if rules are broken or things don't go as planned. You might have to step in with gentle words and hugs to help the children feel safe and loved.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will respect your role as a mother and expect you to handle your duties well, but may struggle to support you as your own person beyond that. He values order and routine, so he's comfortable with you taking care of the home and children. You could find your own needs and wishes getting less attention compared to family responsibilities.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might support your career at first, but later ask you to quit after you have a child. Right now, he values order and things running smoothly, so he may seem okay with your work. If you dream of balancing both career and motherhood, talk openly about your plans before taking big steps.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface with your parents, but real warmth will be missing. He'll make sure formalities are followed and behave properly during visits, but don't expect him to show deep affection or go out of his way to build close bonds. Conversations may be brief and practical rather than friendly or heartfelt. He is more likely to expect your family to adjust for him rather than change himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He gets irritated quickly and isn't patient with situations that disturb his routines or plans. You might find yourself stuck between him and your family, trying to keep peace.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might act modern with you in private, but will expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. At home, he may support your choices, but when family or relatives visit, he'll want you to follow customs, respect elders, and behave just right. You may be expected to dress traditionally, help with chores, and show extra manners during gatherings.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension between you and his family, he is more likely to stay out of it or quietly side with them rather than openly support you. He wants to keep peace and avoid arguments, so you may feel alone in handling difficult moments with his relatives. Rarely will he step in to defend you if it means breaking routines or upsetting traditions.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy and will almost always choose his mother's side in a conflict. His respect for family rules and routines is strong, and he finds it hard to go against his parents, especially his mother. You might feel alone during these moments, needing to handle issues with his family by yourself.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights or your private life with his mother or sister. He feels comfortable turning to family for advice or support, even when it involves personal matters that you'd rather be kept between just the two of you. To avoid hurt, make it clear what should remain private and why trust and loyalty matter deeply to you.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, this guy stands at D. Plus. Some of these red flags can really become a big deal. You've got to be very careful here. Being in a relationship with this man means living in a house where routines, rules, and responsibilities come first every day. He works hard, keeps things organized, and makes sure duties are done, but fun and warmth might be limited.